Hi, guys. Welcome to CBG News. I am your host, Monica. And, honey, we got a lot to discuss on today. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button as you come in. If you want to share me out, share me out. Share me out to all different platforms. I'm going to wait a few moments for to let some people enter in the building. Wait a few minutes for some folks to enter into the building. Child, we have a lot to discuss and a little time to get there. These people, these people are crazy, child. It's been a lot going on in these streets. It's been a lot going on in these streets. So make sure you guys are pressing that like button. Hey, Christina, real life. Hey, Chef. Hey, Trisha. Thank you guys so much for coming. Since everybody is here, I don't have to wait any longer. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it, guys. Um, the first thing on the agenda is, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up his picture. Child, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne done got himself into some trouble. Okay, well, look, have fun. Um, drink one for me, and then drink one more for me, and then take a shot. Oh no, Chef, you are so shady. Anyway, hey, blogs, thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Hey, Shar, thank you for coming. Thank you guys so much for coming. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Um, um, Chef be tripping. But anyway, y'all, Lil Wayne has been hit with some federal charges. He faces the maximum of 10 years if he is convicted. Uh, today, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida has charged Lil Wayne with one count of possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon. If he is convicted, the sentence could be as high as 10 years. He is supposed to appear in court in December. It says here they did a plane search and Wayne had a gun on him. No, he had weapons and marijuana on him. And federal agents were alerted and ordered a secure search warrant to give the private plane a look. And they found that on him. And now he's in trouble. Now, I'm just going to be real, Lil Wayne. It's going to be real. Us don't feel sorry for you because what you did 2 weeks ago. So call nope. I'm just gonna keep it real. Go ahead and be like Angela Stanton and try to get your go ahead and get your pardon. But one thing about it though, you think he gonna get you out. Hey, the McRae Kingz. But let's just be real, Lil Wayne. You going to jail. 45 can't save you because he probably going to jail too. So be careful. Well, look, Chef. Well, you just go ahead and do that, honey, because Lil Wayne going straight there. See, he thought. See, he that's what. See, he thought he was going to generate the black vote, and then, but he wasn't thinking that he gonna be out of office January the 20th. So now you got to now you think you're big and bad. Now you're gonna bring marijuana and guns on a plane, a private plane, and think you're gonna get away with it. Unfortunately, Lil Wayne. Let's just be real. You're going to jail or you're going to be on papers. You're going to be something. You are not going to get away with what you just did. I'm just going to go ahead and just keep it real. See, Trisha and Chef already showing out. Well, it's simple as that. You know, he was talking all that smack on Twitter and things like that, and now he's back in trouble. So, we as the black community, I'm speaking for the black community. And then y'all, then 50 Cent is 50 Cent is called himself uh like tweeting him and saying things himself about Lil Wayne, talking about, won't you get number 45 to get you out of jail. And I'm like, wait, now 50 Cent, now wasn't you just supporting him, and now all of a sudden now you don't switch sides? See, you flip flop. That ain't gonna work either, 50 Cent. That ain't that ain't gonna work either. So get that together. Um, so yeah, Lil Wayne has been charged with possession of firearm and ammo, and he faces up to 10 years in prison. I really don't, personally myself, I really don't feel sorry for him. Now, y'all give, like you said, this is CBG News, where you can speak your truth and speak your true opinion. Whatever you want to say, put it in the chat. How you feel about this, put it in the chat, and we're gonna just discuss it. Because I just don't feel sorry for him, because you made all that whatever. Lil Wayne 2024. Okay, we'll see. We'll see Lil Wayne 2024. Lil Wayne gonna be sitting in jail 2024 on paper 2024. Trisha said, no, she'll keep your finger off the buttons if it's not on your shirt. So I forgot to change my little banner. So y'all, this is about Lil Wayne. So we got a lot to talk about as well. On yesterday, guys, I want to change this to, let's leave Lil Wayne, guys, and let's just talk about Wendy Williams and Blac Chyna. Like I told y'all last night, I said Wendy was being messy. And Wendy, what she did was she got on her show, she was interviewing somebody, and she was basically saying that she was basically saying on on her show that Blac Chyna is basically like looking for a condo or a place to stay. She basically homeless and things like that. But she said that her and China are very close. And but I don't mean no harm when I say this, and then I'm gonna go on with the story. Blac Chyna face has really changed. She look like a reincarnated Michael Jackson. I might be wrong for saying that. Like, look at her nose on this picture. Look, I'm pointing. Look at her nose. No, hold on. Look at her nose. Look at her nose. Let me go this way. Hold on. Let me go this way. Look at her nose. Look at her nose. Look at her nose. Look at her nose. I don't. I don't. Um. I don't understand. China has really changed her face, and you know what I'm saying. They have reported that a couple times that Blac Chyna has been on drugs, but both Wendy and China basically been reported been on drugs. But anyway, as I was stating, Wendy was being messy, and so today Blac Chyna proceeded to go on. Sorry. Blac Chyna proceeded to go on Instagram and just basically saying, showing all her luxury vehicles. That's probably, like those celebrities rent vehicles and Chef, you've been showing out for 3 nights in a row. But this true. Like, but you know what I'm saying? If they do this, then I'm trying to keep my video monetized. So If they do this, I understand why, because you can look and tell like China face has really, really changed. Like she look more plastic now. And she got a uh what that is that celebrities get OnlyFans. She has an OnlyFans account, child. I don't subscribe to it, but on Instagram when I'm scrolling, I see that she probably posted some very provocative stuff. And then she's not getting child support from neither one of her kids' fathers. So she said with that. Trisha showed out too. Trisha been showing out for 2-3 days too. Well, anyway, but China has showed all her luxurious vehicles. She was showing her big house and things like that. And she was just basically letting Wendy know that she ain't broke and she ain't looking for no place to stay. But you know what I'm saying? That could be. I ain't gonna lie. That could be a deflection because you could be showing this luxurious vehicle, luxurious car, and luxurious house, and could be getting put out in the next month. That could be just front. You could just be front. We'll see as the story. Rob, he is going to be on the last season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Rob, I don't think Rob is dating, but Rob has lost some weight. He done got his mental health in check. He's back on Instagram. He is supervised by his mother, Chris Jenner. No, he don't. China was not. I'm gonna be honest, Chef. China was not good for Rob. Cause like when if you watch Rob and China, there's because I'm a reality show freak. So when I used to watch Rob and China or China and Rob, whatever, she used to be so verbally aggressive and abusive towards Rob. I'd be like, Rob, I don't see how you dealing with all that. Like, she'll just flip out on him, and then, it was one time it was alleged that Dream, but Dream, y'all know Dream is Rob. Dream is so cute, but she is Rob's twin. So no, Rob don't need to save no Blac Chyna. Blac Chyna got to save herself. I ain't heard from her mama. Her mama homeless again? I know that she does have a reality show. I think she has a reality show on some network that ain't on cable TV. And then her mom trying to find her mom a man. Lord, whatever. Y'all, I'm just going with this off the dome. I hope y'all like me just putting this in the background instead of me just putting it up the side of me so everybody can see. Yeah, Tokyo. Honey, Tokyo is something serious. China look like her mama, but Lord, right, Trisha. She don't want to be saved. She do not want to be saved. If she wanted to be saved, she would stop the stuff that she was doing. And then during, I remember it was around the 4th of July when Rob had blasted her. He had really blasted her. And whatever, Chef. My background ain't frightening. It's making my content come together. Because y'all can see who I'm talking about. The next person, guys, is um do y'all guys remember Michelle Williams from Destiny Childs? She recently has came out with a book. Um, she recently has came out with a book, and she talks um about her issues with dealing with depression and how she thought about killing herself. Like I said, after you've been in a group, um, and you're not in fame like that anymore, and you're not making that money like that anymore, then you know what I'm saying, you do become kind of depressed. You do, and I'm just gonna say this, she says here that, she had fought a long battle with depression. She says here that she has uh sought help through therapy, self-reflection, and prayer. And now she is pouring her therapeutic message about overcoming mental health challenges into her new memoir, Checking In: How Getting Real About Depression Saved My Life and Can Save Yours. And this book is scheduled to come. Whatever, Chef. Get on my nerves. Leave alone. But her book will be coming out um May 2021. So you guys look forward to Michelle Williams' book. And it says the book is timely as the nation has undergone multiple anxiety producing and trauma inducing problems throughout 2020. She explains she had an interview with Exit Magazine that we have to check in, she said. We have to check in with ourselves, we have to check in with others, and we have to check in with God. And this is so true. It says she is now ready to share her entire journey struggling with mental and emotional stability, including some parts she didn't understand as a teenager that led her to make curious and wayward decisions in the ensuing years. She says, I really go into specifics. I really get into the first time I was diagnosed. She suffered from depression as a teenager. She said she will also go into assessing the first time I had an anxiety in a romantic relationship and what it did to that relationship, and then subsequently what it did to the next one. It says here she no longer runs from those emotional triggers. Remember yesterday I talked about triggers. Yes, she always have been. I don't know, Chef, but now is willing to look at the root cause of the problem and learn that trying to ignore depression only causes it to intensify and spread like cancer. She says, when it is untreated and you don't get to the root of things, anxiety and depression can possibly rob you of the very things you work hard for and are praying for. The things are treatable, fixable, and manageable. You just have to be willing to do the work and really face the pain and lean into it. You gotta touch it. You have to. That's what she said. So um, yes, she has always been down to earth. She was one of those Destiny's Child's people that I really did like, and I did really want to see win. So, hey Patricia, thank you so much for coming. So, guys, the next thing is, and I really do want you guys. That was Michelle Williams, Destiny Child, y'all. I'm still trying to get this stuff together with my little Cbgnews. Pray for me. Um, Lord. Anyway, the next one is Smokey Robinson, guys. And I have Smokey Robinson, guys, and I want everybody's opinion on this, and I really want to talk about this. Because I was listening to um Steve Harvey morning show, and it says here that Smokey Robinson talks about, Bob Dylan and why he doesn't like the term African American. Just allow me a moment while I get it up. Um, yeah, here it is right here. It says here, he's been cutting two records, one in Spanish, the other in English, playing a little golf too, and he checked in the grape harvest in, I ain't gonna read all that. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna put it like this. Smokey Robinson said that he don't like the phrase African American. He feels like he is not African. He's just American. And as Black people, we should, and this is what I'm getting from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. As Black people, he feel as though, that's not African is not who he is. He don't want to be considered as an African American. He just want to be an American. Now, this is what Steve Harvey put it to us this morning on Steve Harvey Morning Show. He was like, I can't say that I'm just an American because I am not treated as such because of my skin color. And he said that he'd rather be considered as a African American because we was brought over here. We was basically kidnapped from our land, and she wanted, and he said, what's the ADOS check? Anyway, explain that more. But um, as I was stating, Chef, you throwing me off. But a person had called in and said this is the difference between um African and American. American, they were saying, is your nationality, where you live. Like, I live in America. If you're a Canadian, you live in Canada. But your ethnicity, it what makes you. That means your skin color. Either you're Caucasian American, either you're African American, because I'm African descent, or I'm a Canadian American, or Mexican American, because you came from Mexico. Well, you didn't come from Mexico, but you have Mexican descent, ethnicity, whatever. But what would you guys, this is the question I have for you guys, would you guys, how do you guys feel about what Smokey Robinson said? Do y'all guys rather be known as a African American, or would you want to be just considered American? Answer that in the chat. If you want to um, come on the live, really, I have never known that, Chef. Thank you for African descent of slaves, a whole movement by the conscious community, rather the distribution of reparation. Well, we ain't gonna get reparation for slavery. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that. And let's just be real. But me myself, I'd rather be considered as African American or Black. I want to keep the African American. The way Steve Harvey put it, and I understand what he said, until we get treated as equal as any other race, then keep my African name. Welcome treated as equal as any other race. Come on in. Keep my African name.
Hey.
Hold on. Welcome treated as equal as
I'm trying to get myself over the camera. That's what I'm trying to do.
Hold on, let me mute you then. When you're ready, let me know.
Hold
on, let me mute you. Hold on, let me put me on mute. You got me on mute?
You better.
Yeah. Now. Okay. Put me on mute. You got me on mute. Just exit me out. Let me see. Oh, you muted yourself. Okay. Tremel, you got yourself on mute.
Yeah, you know what I had to do? I had to close you out. I had to close you out.
Okay. Well, tell me what's on your mind, brother.
I wanted to make a response about this. Hey, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Shout out to MJ&J. Shout out to TBT Squad. Shout out to Logs and Fiction and the McRae Kingz.
Go ahead, baby.
I'm with Smokey. I don't like being referenced to being an African American. I am not from Africa.
True.
I've been to Africa before, but to be honest with you, and maybe I get a little backlash about this, but I don't feel in touch with my African people. because our African people don't feel in touch with us. They treat us they treat us differently. That's no shade or anything like that, but that's just a fact. I mean, coming from where I come from, in New Jersey, in Newark, New Jersey, there is a plethora of African people in New Jersey and New York, and they don't even acknowledge us as their brothers and
Really?
sisters. Um, and that's not the reason why I don't like the term African American, and I can't even say I don't like the term African American. To each his own.
Hmm.
That's how
But
I.
like I said, this is an open space where you can have your own opinion and speak your own truth. I will never judge nobody for just speaking. It's a respectful thing. That's
Yeah,
all what it always is with me.
yeah, to each his own. If
Yeah.
you want to refer to yourself as being African American, then by all means go ahead and do that. But I don't
Hmm.
consider myself an African American. I am an American. I was born December 15th, 1967, in Paterson, New Jersey. That's in America. I am an American. I am a Black American before I'm an African American. Yes,
Hmm.
my culture teaches me that I am from Africa. That we were stolen from Africa. My ancestors were stolen from Africa. The slave, we were born here as slaves, and we
Hmm.
can tell that story. We can tell that story all day and all night. But at the end of the day,
We wasn't the ones that actually was in slavery, right? I
we
get
are Americans, period.
you.
Blank. We have absolutely nothing. Most Black people in this country have absolutely nothing to do with Africans, with the exception of sometimes we wear their clothing, sometimes we show our African pride. That's as far as it goes. But as far as us as Africans and Americans together as one, no, absolutely not. Even
Right.
the government doesn't even recognize us as such.
And that's the question. But that's the thing. Like, who came up with African American?
That's a good question. Well, you know what it was. You know what? That was an evolution. I believe that was an evolution. At one point in time, we were called, the N word, of course. Then we were
Yeah.
called Negroes,
Right.
and then that was politically correct. Then it became politically correct to refer to us as African Americans. Who came up with that term? I'm guessing that there was somebody in the Black culture, in the Black community, that felt that it was prideful for us to be named or called African Americans. That was going to be our lane in the United States. I don't really know my history on that.
Me either.
I would have to research it. I would have to look it up, or maybe ask some of my elders to see exactly where African American came from. But no, I do not identify as an African American. When that question is asked to me, when I fill out an application and it says what ethnicity are you, I say I put down Black. If African American is there, I write in Black because that's what I am. I'm Black. I'm a Black man. Period. Point blank.
Right.
It's
But
not that I don't love my African culture. It's not
right.
that I don't love my African people. I have much love for my African people. Been to Africa, been to Egypt, but I just don't identify with those people. I don't, and
Right.
they don't identify with us as well. They don't. They really don't. Well, for those of you that are in the chat that African people, if you know African people that identify with you, that show love for you, that show that
Mhm.
they care about you, then Bob, great for you. But I've never had that experience. I've never had enough of that experience for me for it to be significant in my life. Period.
So let me just say this. So what you're saying is, and this is just what I'm getting. You're saying is, if you're not actually coming from America, from Africa, coming into America, you're not African American.
No, you're not. I'm
Okay.
American.
But
I'm,
ain't
I'm
we like
American.
African descendants or something like that? I'm getting the word mixed up. But ain't we like, aren't we like descendants of the African people?
Yes, we are. But what you have to understand, listen, see
Okay.
the problem. America has it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
People of America, y'all have it twisted. None of us
Mm-hmm.
are really
From
um,
Africa.
none of us are original descendants of a
Right. And
United
that's true.
States of America. See, when I growing up in school, we were taught we were the American melting pot. The melting pot meant that this country was it was built on all different types of nationalities.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So we have Italian Americans, we have
Mm-hmm.
Africans that came over here from America. We have, Jewish Americans. We have all different types of people that make up America. White people have staked their claim on this land and
True.
stated that they are the original people of this land, and they're not. It's actually the Indians, actually.
True.
We
Right.
never get
And
credit.
it's not that many of those Indians left, but there are tribes.
Oh, sure, there's plenty of Indians left, and see, that's the thing. We don't even know a lot about Indian culture to
No, we
understand
don't.
that Indians are and have always been here. It's just that they have always been put into the back.
I
They've
wonder
been put
why.
on reservations. They've been given their own. They've been given their own land and privilege by the United States government. That's why we don't know, and we don't know that much about Indians. I mean, some people from the South, like where I grew up in North Carolina. There's a lot of Indian reservations. There are a lot
It's
of.
only one here in Mississippi that I know of, and that's in Philadelphia, Mississippi. That's a Indian name, and a lot of Indians live there.
Mhm.
But there, and the reason why is because and they placed a casino in that area. That's the crazy part. Um, but it's only one here that I know that's county or whatever, city, county, whatever, that's Philadelphia. That's an Indian tribe. Um, you may So Chef said correction. Nigerians and Kenyans don't like Black Americans.
They
Uganda
don't.
and like
Most
I didn't
African
know that.
people do not like us. They don't like us. They
But
really
what we done
don't
did to
like us.
them?
I'm sorry.
I said, but what we done did to them? But be trying to be a part of the culture.
No, but you don't understand. What you fail to understand, Monica, is that most cultures that come here from other countries, they
Mm-hmm.
see us in a different way. Like there was a content creator that did a video on why Mexican Americans and so many Mexican Americans and so many Puerto Ricans voted for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why is because they don't look at us in the same. They look at America as the American dream. See, they
Yes.
all they know is what they see on TV. All they see is
Mm-hmm.
the land of milk and honey, and what they see is white culture, white culture, white culture, white culture. So when they
True.
come over here, they try. They do everything within their power to stay away from black people. They do whatever they
Wow.
can to stay away from other different nationalities except for white people. If you go down to Miami, you'll see in Miami that a majority of the people that voted for Trump were Puerto Ricans. Miami is full of Puerto Ricans, and they voted for Trump because they want to be identified with white people. They don't want to be identified with us. Although we try to include them in our culture as much as
Mm-hmm.
possible. Oh, you Puerto Rican, you our brother. You Mexican,
Right.
you our brother. They don't see us like that.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? Because that's not the dream. That's not the American dream. The American dream is to get married, have 2.5 kids, and have a dog and a white picket fence. That's what they see.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see that in Black America. They see that in white America. The same thing with Africans. Most Africans that come over here, they do one or two things. They come over here and they establish business. They do.
Uh-huh.
They culturally they keep to themselves. when they have their cultural festivals, when they have their African weddings and things like that. They bring their own traditions over here. They don't share that with us, nor
They
do
don't.
they invite us to those things.
And you know what?
We
And I
as black
noticed as
people,
well, they a lot of them get into medicine.
right, but we as black people, we are told, get in touch with your African side, get in touch with your African culture. So what we
Right.
do is the furthest we go is to go out and buy some kente cloth fabric to tie around our head, or to make a mask with, or to wear a necklace with an ankh on it. And
Yeah, or dashiki or something.
or it's some of us that take it a little step further, like Dr. Umar, like myself, who went over to Egypt and learned about my African culture. A lot of black
Mm-hmm.
people don't even know Egypt is a part of Africa.
Child.
Okay, and me studying Egyptology in college, I know about who the pharaohs were, what the gods meant, and I know that the first theist was a black man, was a black pharaoh named Akhenaten, who was King Tut's father. I
Mm-hmm.
know these things because I studied these things. I took the time out to
Right.
study these things. So yes, I know some of my African culture. But if I were to go over to another part of Africa, like Sudan or somewhere like that,
Mm-hmm.
I would be like a fish out of water.
True. And you'll be out of place too, baby.
Yeah, totally out of place. And they would look at me like I was crazy.
Mm, I
So,
understand.
that's really all I had to say. No, I don't identify as an African American. I will never identify as an African American because that is not who I am. I am an American. I was born in America. I have always lived in America. I am an
True.
American citizen. So, to each his own. If you want to identify as an African American, by all means, go ahead and do so. I love you. I don't judge you on that.
Right.
Don't judge me on who I identify as, but it is what it is. I'm a realist. I look at things from a
True.
reality point of view, and the reality is that I'm not in touch with my African brothers and sisters, and nor are they in touch with me. And I'm not going to be interested in anything that's not going to be interested in me. That's all I got to say.
All right. All right. You had to kick it back in the seat like that.
Hey, bring me in.
But thank you so much,
Bye.
thank you so much, Travail, for that, for your comments. Thank you so much, Travail, for your comments. He gave his opinion, guys, and like I always say, you free to speak the truth. You're free to say whatever you need to say. It's all a respect thing. We all can have opinions and respect each other's opinion and love each other's freely. So, it's no hard feelings, no harm, no foul. Everybody has the right to live or say freedom of speech. That's all I'm gonna say. Everybody has the right to freedom of speech. Um, but anybody else have anything else they want to say? There is the link um, on what you should be identifying yourself as. Do you identify as African American? If you are Caucasian American, are you whatever? Do you want to just be identified as American, or do you want to identify as a certain ethnicity, or what? Make sure you guys are checking out. Thank you, Trisha. Um, my chip feature channel for the month, which is Kicking It with Lynn. Make sure you guys are checking out Kicking It with Lynn. She is on her way to get her 4K watch hour. So if you want to run her playlist or something like that, make sure you guys are subscribing to her and watching her so much. And I want to say welcome everyone that has came in. Thank you guys so much for coming in and watching us, watching CBG News. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming. And that's all I have today. Tomorrow, guys, I will be doing um, daily tips with Monica. That will be tomorrow. Tomorrow will be daily tips with Monica. We will be discussing more in depth on how to deal with your triggers. We know how to identify them. Now it's time to talk about how we not act upon them or how we should address those issues. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Make sure you guys tune in at 9:30 p.m. because it will be an action packed discussion. Oh, you're welcome. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming. Y'all have a good night. Um, Make sure as well, guys. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, guys. And I will be having an interview coming up soon. So you guys look forward to that. So y'all have a wonderful night. Sleep tight and don't let the bed bug bite.